everybody. This is John from Rock My Bean, and this is...
I am Mark.
He is Mark, and we are going to be... This is where we talk about drummers and drumming, and today we're going to talk about a really cool drummer from back when I was a kid.
From the band Kiss.
From the band Kiss, and if you know anything about Kiss, you know who the first original drummer of Kiss was, and what was his name?
Peter Criss.
Peter Criss.
Peter Criss.
Tell us a little about Peter Criss, Mark.
His name was George Peter John Crissola. Better known by his stage name Peter Criss, is a rated American musician best known as a co-founder, original drummer, a vocalist of the hard rock band Kiss. Yes. Criss established the Campman character for his Criss persona.
Right, so remember all the guys in band Kiss had different characters, different painting on their faces.
Yeah, and he's 77 years old.
Wow, he's older than I thought.
Yeah.
So Peter Criss was the Catman.
Yeah.
And then I think Ace Frehley, the guitar player, was the Starman, Spaceman. And Paul Stanley was the something else. And Gene Simmons was the Demon. Okay. So they were all these different characters, and Peter Criss was a Catman. I never saw his face until 1980.
Yeah.
When they put out that disco song. No, it wasn't disco. It was another song. They put it out, and they all had no makeup. Yeah. They were like, oh, my God, these guys are ugly, man. They didn't get the mascara back on. But anyway, Peter Criss was the original drummer for the band Kiss. And Kiss was a very popular rock band in the 1970s.
Yeah, they had one disco
yeah, they
song.
did. Rather not talk about that. But anyway, before all the attempt at disco, which actually was a popular song, go figure, they put out a lot of great music. They were very popular, had huge shows, and they had a lot of fans. And they were called the Kiss Army.
The Kiss Army.
Kiss Army. Now, I didn't belong to the Kiss Army. I was never a big fan of Kiss. I liked some of their songs and their music, but I just never really got into the whole Kiss thing.
Yeah.
Some people did. I wasn't one of them. But Peter Criss was a very good drummer.
Yeah.
And he's gotten a bad rap from people, from his own band members and others, that he was a bad drummer. That's absolute nonsense. If you watch him play, he's good. Even Neil Peart from Rush, said Peter Criss is a good drummer. He's got some very unusual and interesting chops and styles of playing. So if Neil Peart likes what you're doing something right. So to all those haters of Peter Criss as a drummer, forget about it. You don't have a point. You have no case at all. Peter Criss was a good drummer, as good as anybody in the 70s in any rock band. And unfortunately, he had to leave the band. I don't know the reasons why, but he left. And then Mark Singer eventually came in, and Eric Carr came in. But Peter Criss was the original guy, and he came up with the cat motif with the whiskers and everything.
Yeah, with the whiskers. Meow.
Exactly. So we're going to watch him playing a drum solo from 1976. Okay, I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
And this was when they were really popular. This is when they were real popular.
Was he wearing the makeup?
He's wearing the makeup. So we're going to check this out. This is Peter Criss from a drum solo, 1976, from Detroit. Now, they were very popular in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah.
That's where this show is. So here we go with Peter Criss's drum solo from 1976 right now. You notice one thing about those drums you got?
A different color?
No. See those drums? What's different about those drums than what I got right now? No, they have no bottoms on them.
Yeah.
There are no bottoms on them. And that was a popular drum sound in the 70s. They were called concert toms.
Concert toms.
And that was a very popular sound. The sound engineers loved them. They could stick a microphone right up the back and record them. But I think they sounded better with bottoms on them. Anyway, I like the sound he had on his drums. That was a very popular style back then.
The makeup. I like it. wearing sequins.
I guess they were never a disco band.
They say, what is wrong with you guys? You're on a rock band.
Exactly. Stop.
Kind of, I'm not like that. From the band Kiss have the same makeup.
I think some did.
Yeah, kind of crazy they are.
Kiss Army.
Why is it so dark?
They got these blue lights on.
Cowbell. Where's the guitar of
Well, that's it. That's all we have of that. That's all. The rest of it is just a bunch of Paul Stanley talking and yelling at the audience and everything. But that's it.
Like, are you ready?
Exactly. So there you go. That's Peter Criss in 1976 in Detroit, live show, and you can see he was a good drummer. I mean, he had some good fills there, good licks there, and pretty good stuff. There are other drummers that Kiss after him, but he was the original. So what do you think of Peter Criss?
He was really good. He was really smooth on timing, and I really liked that cowbell. That cowbell was a kind of a bonus to the drum solo. And
that phaser synthesizer sound?
Yeah,
that was
sounded like this, and it was really cool.
That was pretty cool. I wish I could do that on these drums.
You know what? I hope we could have a synthesizer.
It would be cool to do that. Make it sound like that. But the cowbell was a nice touch. Kind of broke up the drum solo a little bit.
Yeah.
So he was playing the cowbell like it was a drum. Like that.
Yeah.
And you can do it on our drum set because you got a cowbell right there in front of you on the bass drum.
Yeah.
That's where his was. Well, anyway, that's all we have for this show. We hope you've enjoyed being with us. Is there anything else you want to say about Peter Criss, Mark, or is that
Peter Criss is a really good drummer, and from the band Kiss, but I don't know who is now.
I don't know who is now either. I don't know if they're even playing anymore. I think they might still be around, but it's just Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. I don't think that any of the original player. I know that Peter Criss is not. I know Ace Frehley is not. So I don't know if any of the previous guitar players or drummers are still with them if they got somebody completely different, but it seems like Kiss has just become the Gene Simmons.
Kiss is correctly touring across 10 countries,
Wow.
and it has 23 upcoming concerts.
Wow. Okay. Well, I take it back, man. Kiss is rocking and rolling the whole world. 21
Wow.
countries. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, that's good luck to Kiss. Keep at it, man. These guys aren't spring chickens. They're getting up there in age, so that's got to be a grueling a tour for someone in their almost 70s. Well, anyway, thank you for joining us for Rock My Bean. I hope you've liked this show on Peter Criss.
Yeah.
Once again, pretty good drummer. He did a great job for Kiss for years. I think he was a good drummer. Neil Peart thought he was a good drummer, so he was a good drummer. And somebody, an icon of the 1970s rock scene with the cat makeup and all.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. Well, thanks, Mark. Thanks you for joining us. I thank you for joining us. Please join us again next time on Rock My Bean. Keep rocking, and we'll see you again soon.
We see you again soon.
This is the best coffee I've ever had, and it will be the best coffee you've ever had once you take the plunge, go to our store, and pick up a bag. I'm kidding you not. Doesn't get better than this. This is absolute gold. I have had coffee all over the world, and this is the best. Absolute gold. Now, like I have said, you can't find better, but there's 5 different flavors to choose from. There's 5 flavors. Each one comes in ground or whole bean, which I personally like. And by doing this, not only are you supporting this channel and helping us grow this channel, but you are also helping those on the autistic spectrum, their parents, their families, because each purchase contributes to the National Autistic Association. And now this is the breakfast blend, a ground, which is just terrific. But the bean, even better. So we've got organic. We have non-organic. We love coffee. I only love good coffee. I don't drink puddle water. I don't want something bitter. I want some good coffee that I can just really enjoy myself. And you can't go wrong with this stuff. It is absolutely amazing. So by all means, follow this link. Grab yourself a bag. Those that first-time orders have, I believe, no shipping costs. So that's definitely an incentive. Please get over there and do that. Get your first bag. Because I'm telling you, once you get one of these, once you've had some, you're going to want to get more. You're just going to want to get more. So, we were trying to think of something we could help the channel with, and we thought of this and that. We thought, you know what? We love coffee. Who doesn't love great coffee? So we went ahead, took the plunge, and we're making coffee, Rock My Bean coffee, which is why we call ourselves Rock My Bean, because we love coffee, we love drumming. And this is a drummer's coffee, a musician's coffee. It's your coffee. Trust me. Go to the Brainy Gourmet and the link there to Shopify and pick yourself up some of this stuff.